get ready. So 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 get ready.
How y'all doing? I know it's late. I know it's late.
So get ready.
Are y'all ready?
So get ready. So get ready. So get ready.
Oh, Lord. I'm sorry I'm coming on so late, y'all, but I've been very busy. I'm going to let this ride out for another second or two. Let me see if anybody else
So
can
get
hear
ready.
me. That's right. Are y'all in the bed? All right,
So get ready.
how y'all doing? Oh, it's 7 a.m. in South
So get
Africa.
ready.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Where's everybody from? Anybody else international? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see if I can straighten this thing up. Let me see if I can straighten this thing up. So, for those of you who are new to this channel, my name is Selkis Ray. I am an artist, an author, a poet, a relationship expert, or a girlfriend rescuer. Maybe I should call it that instead of, because relationship expert means that I'm going to help you find a good guy, and I don't do that. I help you run from the bad ones. I rescue you. But I'm a relationship expert and a spiritual advisor, medicine woman, all things in between. So, and the founder and the ambassador of the Ugly Girls Club, where we refuse to be defined by how we look. Yeah, so I started this exclusive club That's right. Just be real. No girlfriends. UGC don't do girlfriend stuff. But I started this club because I found that there was an underserved class of women who didn't have a voice, who didn't have any direction, any guidance, any know how, any wisdom to navigate through being of low social status within our society because of how they look. And I decided to take up the mantle and take it upon myself to help soothe our wounds, to help direct us, to help repair us emotionally and spiritually. And really put in. I'm adding on to what everyone else is doing, and I'm putting a little spin on things. I'm very unconventional when it comes to self-esteem for us as women. I'm not going to tell you what girdle you should wear or what color lipstick you need to, you need to use, and unless offline you want to ask me some tips on that, I can dress you now. I can rehab you, but that's not my goal. The goal this is a spiritual journey. This is a mental recovery, emotional repair, trying to repair and restructure your DNA strands, you know? Because a lot of these relationships, and it's not just the ones that you get into with these men, a lot of these relationships with people, period, tend to leave trauma, tend to leave a residue of trauma where you're just walking around feeling like, man, I guess I deserve this because this is all that I've gotten. I guess I deserve this because Tom, Dick, and Harry, Mole, Larry, and Curly told me that I wasn't good enough. So I guess this is my lot in life. This is what I was born to be. I was born to suffer and be mistreated and be condemned. This is what a lot of us feel. A lot of us think that. And what I'm here to do is shine a light on you and say, no, no, my sister, do not let these people bullshit you. Because there's a lot of bullshitters going on around here. A lot of people you're afraid of are scared of themselves. And I talk about that a lot, about the fraudulence that is social currency and social hierarchy and status. There's a lot of fraudulence going on as far as status is concerned, but people hang it over our heads. And they like to dictate to us and tell us, you can't have this, you can't do that, you can't be this because you're here and I'm up here. And the problem with us as Black women and the unwanted, the undesirables of us is that we have other slaves telling us, we're slaves and we're listening to other slaves tell us that we ain't good enough. You know what I mean? So it's like, you're not a boss. We kind of in the same boat, but for some reason you think you're better off than I am. For some reason you got, the master gave you some delusion that you are above me, and a lot of people run with that. A lot of people in your life will run with that. We think that we can solve all our problems by just looking beautiful. We think we'll get the man of our dreams to respect us, admire us, and give us all that we want if we were just a little bit more attractive. Even though we see examples that that's not entirely true, that's not the status quo. There's a lot of struggle love going on out here with very attractive, very beautiful women are in struggle romances, serial cheaters, dudes cheating with not only women, but things, things that aren't classified as male or female. They running around here dripping, right? They're not even well. They're not even healthy, and they make you feel bad about yourself. And they're making you feel bad about yourself. So what I'm here to do as the underdog as the representative for the ugly girls, because I am one too, is, I'm here to correct. I'm here to help us level up emotionally. You go to somebody else to dress you and tell you what kind of hairstyle you need to attract the attention of men who will get tired of you anyway. You want to screw somebody else anyway. You can tie yourself up with all that. Some other channel. There are plenty other ones that do that. Here we just deal with the cold hard facts. And I feel emotional intelligence and emotional freedom comes from being totally honest about yourself and about other people. That's how we get free, ladies. Once you are 100% honest, and I'm not talking about confessing your sins to people. I'm not even talking about no Catholicism here. I'm talking about being truthful within yourself about what things are, about what you are and what things are. You know? Some of us feel that we're smarter than what we are. You got to get clear about that. Like your level of intelligence, you have to get clear about. Okay, now I'm not working with a full deck. I'm real average, real low SAT scores, whatever you want to call it. You accept that. We don't pretend that we are what we're not. You know what I mean? We don't pretend that we are what we're not. Because by pretending, because that's what a lot of us do, we pretend and we don't even believe what we're pretending to be, right? We're not even convinced of what we lie to ourselves about. And because we're not so convinced, but we're caught up in the lie, guess who swoops in and convolutes your mind and has you all confuffled and confused about what you think is right or wrong, your morality and all sorts of things. It's easy for people to come and swoop in and dictate to you what you should or should not do when you're believing in things you're not convinced of. And that's our problem. That is our problem. We divest from beauty here because it is a manipulation tool. A manipulation tool. And if we seek out validation from other people, meaning, oh, I hope they think I'm pretty. I hope he thinks I'm attractive. You know what we do when we have that mission in mind? We wind up opening our legs for men who don't care. We wind up doing things for people who have no real regard or consideration for us. The reciprocity that we're waiting for never comes when we live in this space of, I need for him to think of me a certain way. Because people are not honest. How many men have you dated? And you could backtrack, go ahead, do the calculations. How many men have you been with that you suspect really, really weren't that into you? How many? You were nice. You were cordial, accommodating. You might have even, some of y'all might have even gave him money. Helped him bail him out of jail, Gave him some Lunchables or whatever. We were short on cash for the week, gas in his car, all kind of stuff we do. Right? To show good faith. To show that we're down. And with all of that, in the back of your mind somewhere, you go, I don't think he's really interested. I know I'm nice, and I think the sex is okay. I mean, he came twice. He did come 2 times that time, so I think it's all right. But somewhere in the back of your mind, you go, this dude ain't really, the connection is not there. And what's egregious about that is that we sleep with them again. You don't like you. You feel it in the back of your head. You feel like he don't like you, but you sleep with him again and again. And the five times you about five episodes in, and four of those were quickies. You didn't get no head. You didn't get no orgasm. It was sort of like pull it down right here in the parking lot, and you still second guessed yourself. Well, maybe I'm overthinking. And maybe he's just not in that headspace right now. I mean, maybe he just cares about me so much that he's scared. What? He's afraid of my love. Excuse me? Afraid of your love. Really? So these are the things that we go through as women chasing validation. We go through that. And this is one of the reasons why, whether you're pretty or not, because I have a lot of self-professed attractive women who subscribe to the channel and absorb all the content here and make it a point to say, well, Selkas, I'm cute, but I can apply all the nuggets that you give, but I am cute. I just want you to know that I am pretty, but I'm still taking your information. Okay. Okay. Is that your one? You're one upping me. I'm giving you keys. I'm giving you the keys, but you got to one up me. Have at it. Have at it. So this thing is universal, man, and it can be applied to anybody, whatever walk of life you're on. It's a dangerous thing to want to be beautiful for men. We want it, I'm no fool. We understand the power of attraction. There is a power in being attractive, but many women get destroyed because she can't separate the fantasy from the reality. She wants to hear nice things rather than the truth. And as long as you prefer a lie, and we call it seduction, we got all kinds of fancy words for lies. Seduction and manipulation and coercion and persuasion, all kind of convoluted 3 and 4 syllable words for a lie. A lie. And as long as you want the lie more, you appreciate the lie and the pretense and the flowery things and the bells and whistles and the presentation of it all. As long as you want that in front of the truth, you're going to be a baby mama. You're going to be somebody's baby mama. You're going to be somebody's baby mama who didn't want a baby with you, who never planned to have a baby with you, who halfway liked you. You're going to be in somebody's bed filling up time. You know how you let the clock run? you just there to let the clock run out. Let the time wind down. But you in bed opening your life. Because opening your legs is like opening your life. Opening your life up to somebody who's just you're just busy work. So I talk about these things very frankly. Quite abrasive at times because I'm passionate, Not that I'm mean or ghetto or anything like that. I'm just passionate. I'm passionate about us not being hurt anymore. I'm really passionate about women like you and me not being pawns and science experiments for men who don't care. And that's what a lot of us are reduced to, experimentation. When he says he's curious, you intrigue me. That doesn't mean that he likes you. You got to get clear about these things. Him being intrigued by you doesn't mean that he likes you. It means intrigue is like I'm curious, I'm perplexed. I want to see what happens when I poke you over there. Do you jump when I dig in that hole, or do you scream when I stroke it right there? You're a science experiment. So you gotta know what these terms really mean. You gotta know what people mean by what they don't say. And these are the things that I teach. These are the things that I teach my UGC comrades, my UGC girls, because we have to know so that we take ourselves out of being a statistic. Men don't really care about our recovery, and this is not to bash them or anything. It's not their job to really care. It's our job to care about us. Morality is what every woman needs, no matter what she looks like. She needs standards. She needs to be, she needs boundaries. Why do women need boundaries if men are so nice? If men were so nice, we wouldn't need boundaries. We wouldn't. But we do, no matter what you look like. You better know when to say no. You better know when to say good night. It's not happening tonight, or I'm not ready yet, or I don't think you're the one, or there's something wrong with you. Let me wait to see what that is. No matter what kind of woman you are, you're entitled to wait. You're entitled to hold out. You're entitled to be uncomfortable and move in your uncomfortability, or pause because you're uncomfortable. You're entitled to all of that. But because we look a certain way, people will try to talk you out of your suspicions. These people will tell you, well, you're not attractive enough to be suspicious. All these reservations, you're overthinking it, and there's really nothing to think about. Not with the kind of face you have. There's really nothing for you to mull over, because this right here is charity work for me anyway. This is what they'll say to you. What do you have to think about? Who else is going to call you? So respect, and I told my client this, a client I had 2 days ago, about the concept of respect. And respect is really about fear. Respect has nothing to do with love. It's about fear of not knowing. People respect people they don't know. People respect people they don't know. Because respect is about my imagination. It's about what I think you are. And then as I get to know you and get to know the real you, what happens when people get to know you? Why do people want to get to know you? What happens? They relax, right? When someone gets to know you, their anxiety just starts dwindling down. Like, oh, I don't have to be on time. I don't have to go out, every time I set the date. I don't have to do any of that, because I know you now. I know you're flawed. I know that I suspected you were better than me. Now I know you're not. So I do what I want to do. So respect is fear of the unknown. Why do men tighten up when you start becoming a bitch? Why do men get all lovey-dovey? Oh, I love you. We playing love songs. They want to take you out again. And buy you dinner and flowers and pay your Boots mobile bill and all kinds of stuff when you threaten to walk out the door. When you start not giving a shit, they get scared. They get scared. And in other words, they get respect for you. They get fearful because they get respectful. Like, oh, she might have somebody else. She might have another option. Let me tighten up. So that's what this thing is. Familiarity, that's right, breeds contempt. I love that line. You say you live by that principle? I live by it too. I live by it too. That's what all of this is about. You know, people that try you, they preliminarily or prejudge, right? We're prejudged. Low class, low hanging fruit, desperate, nothing to offer. Well, the list, you already know what the list is. So we are prejudged, predetermined, is what our value is. They predetermined it. So they come in, when you're ugly girl, people come in with no fear. All right? Men will come to you with no fear, meaning no respect. Because your assumed rank is low or whatever, and they just feel like, all right, I'm gonna give this girl what I know she ain't getting nowhere else. So they come in with no fear and no regard for you. And it is your job to understand that it's not fair, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And there's no amount of makeup you can wear, no amount of, nice fitting clothes and whatever else y'all do to get all gussied up. That's really, really going to change that too much. Now, I'm talking to UGC here, and I know there's other people here, but I'm talking to my UGC girls. Y'all understand what it is I'm saying. There's a lot of women that struggle with this because they want to hold on to the cute that they don't have. A lot of y'all not cute, and y'all can't let go of it. You're not cute. You're below average, and that, like I said, that's okay. That's even okay, because we still gotta live. We have a right to live. We have a right to happiness and all that kind of stuff. But you're grasping at straws because you don't really believe it. Somebody told you that you were cute. A problem with a lot of these women, and you just see, check them. You could check them in your mind. They only feel they are what they are because someone else told them so. They don't have any self-evaluation. They don't have any real self-confidence or have real self-evaluation. They are basing it on the reactions and the responses they get from everybody else. So when they come over here and say stuff like, you're self-deprecating, and why do you worry about what someone else thinks? As if you don't? As if you don't take into account what the somebodies and all these other bodies think? The only reason why you think you are what you are is because some dude that you liked told you so. Period. So what we're talking about here is whether we are, some of us are certified unattractive, and some of us are unattractive based on the position of the sun or something like that, based on whether we've had food or dehydrated or something like that, right? But it doesn't matter how it comes. It doesn't matter how it comes. The point of it is when you take it off the table. When you take it off the table, you start to find an inner peace. Because outside of that, it's always well, what do you think? Well, what do you think of me? And what do you think of me? And I hope you think something of me. And I hope you like me. And I hope you think, and I hope, and I hope, and I hope, and I hope. And you get no peace. Your morale is like this. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. No peace. You live confused. You live confused about what you're owed and what you're entitled to. And we gotta get unconfused. We gotta get unconfused, UGC. Unconfused. Most of you who have decided to join this coalition here have been demoralized by society in some way. Demoralized. And you understand the pain of feeling and being rejected. And that's why you're here, because you want an out from that. You want a respite from that. You want a solution as to how you can separate your anxiety and separate what you think of yourself from what others think of you. And the only way to do that is to make beauty secondary or thirdary or fourthary or maybe 10th down the list. You have to push it to the back of your mind. You can't get all giddy and moist if somebody calls you cute. You have to arrest that. Once you start getting all bubbly and all that, you feel yourself bubbling up, you got to take it down, take it back down, because that's where all the illusion starts. That's where all the illusion starts. This past week, my inbox was filled with women asking my thoughts on LeBron's son, who didn't come out and say he didn't like dark-skinned girls, but I think maybe he was scrolling through his phone. He showed all the pictures of the girls that he liked in his phone, and none of them were dark, so dark-skinned girls took offense to that. LeBron's son is young. You know, what he likes today, 5 years from now, could be totally different. He's a boy. But speaking to you, you know, the young women who had issue with this, and there was a comment that was made that a sister was saying that, you know, we always have to toughen up. We always have to be tough. We can't be upset or vulnerable about things. You know, white girls can have, what did she say? White girls can have all kind of eating disorders and all that, and they're allowed to spaz and be emotional basket cases, whereas black girls are always told that you know, get over it, you know, that kind of way. And that might be true. That might be true. We are in no position to be stupid. We don't have wiggle room to be emotional basket cases. When you're not wanted and you've lost your mind, that's what we call a double whammy over here. That's what we call a useless eater. You're unwanted and you're emotionally unstable. There's nothing you can do with that. You better guard your mind like it's your heartbeat, like it's your blood. You got to guard your mind. Unwanted and stupid are two deadly things to be at the same time. Two disastrous things to be at the same time, and we just can't afford to be that. You have to be able to recover and bounce back quickly. I'm not saying you can't be mad and you can't cry, because God knows I did. But what I'm saying to you, as someone who's walked some of this walk already, I'm already telling you where it leads. That's all I'm doing. I'm telling you where you could cry and you can foam at the mouth and you can stomp your big size 12 foot, your big falling arch, knock knee foot. You can stomp it all over the place. And all roads lead back to, I just have to accept who I am. I just have to accept who I am. That's where the journey is gonna go. It's gonna go full circle. You're gonna think you're going somewhere, but you're just going in a circle, and you're gonna meet yourself right back at point A again, where you just have to deal with you and what is. Deal with you and what you are and how you feel about yourself, and fix that. That's where all of this is leading. You can't shame nobody who doesn't fear you. Hello? Hello. You can't shame nobody who doesn't fear you. That's first off. Write it down. Put it on a magnet. I might need to put that on a cup. I might need to put that on a cup or a goddamn journal, something like that. I don't know. But write it down. So a lot of this stuff that we argue about, now I'm here talking to you. This is sister to sister talk, and I know there's some brothers on here lurking. They always do. But for them out there, for them to hear and see you cry and all of that, maybe it'll makes you feel better because you get a little pity. Maybe it makes you feel a little better because you get a little bit, you get the pity and the attention that you don't normally get. When you cry, everybody goes, well, what's wrong, boo? Oh, they just yelling. Oh, you so pretty. You pretty and you pretty and you pretty. And that lasts for 2 seconds. It feels good for 2 seconds. And then you back to your own thoughts again. You back to that chatter in your head that I don't believe in myself. I don't think I'm good enough for what it is I want. You're all back to that again. So we have to inoculate this thing called low self-worth. And you just don't do that by saying I'm beautiful. Listen, if that worked, you would feel it. Won't you feel it by now? Haven't people in the midst of their pitying you called you beautiful? And how did that go for you? Haven't we done all that? The positive affirmation. I'm beautiful and I'm beautiful and I'm beautiful and I'm like, okay, all right. You gotta make it you got to put it down on the list. It's too far up on the list. You got it at number 1. It needs to be number 10. Your health needs to come before beauty in the first place. Really, that's what this thing is. You would be in a better standing, and you will feel better about yourself if you connect this thing called attraction to just being healthy. I mean, that should be the goal. That should be the goal. So, these men that don't want, they claim they don't want and don't want, oh, Lord. Don't they, like they get aroused by saying it. A lot of them get aroused by pointing out what you can't have. They get very aroused by that. And you got to ask yourself, why are you so invested in making me, in inspiring me to feel badly about myself? Why are you so invested in that? You got to ask yourself, when you hear these men talk what they talk, ask them like, why? To me, this thing with the colorism stuff and these men, with their so-called preferences, I liken it to now, it's like base level clout chasing. Like all the dude got to say is, I don't like dark skin girls, and here come you break Twitter, break Facebook, and all kind of internet. All you got to do is say, I don't like a dark skin girl, and all of a sudden you relevant. These dudes be clout chasing. A lot of them don't have as much choice as they make you believe that they do. A lot of these men ain't really no catch. A lot of them ain't no catch. I know hoes that screw around with a lot of these dudes, and they ain't packing nothing. They gotta pay. Listen, these dudes got to pay for the extra action they get. That's how whack they are. They no they can't get nothing for free. They have to pay. All this so-called simping going on. All this simping going on. A lot of these dudes with these mistresses, well-kept mistresses. That's simping if you ask me. Paying for a woman who don't want to be with you, that's a simp. But these dudes like to redirect it, right? They change the narrative, and it's like, especially when they come here, because they love saying, it's like they drool out their mouth. Like, these niggas need a drool bib, because they come with all this soliloquy about why you can't have what you want, and the only dudes they're gonna want you are these simp dudes and all that stuff. They come with drool, real hot and bothered, to tell people what they can't have. And I'm like, a simp, really if you define it, all men are. Truth be told, all men can somehow categorically be under that definition of a simp to me, because like I said, most of these dudes are attracted to chasing women who don't want them. Most of them. So it's not just a dude who's unattractive or with a big nose and eczema on his face. It'd be these so-called attractive dudes with money and all that kind of stuff too. Listen, there's very few alpha males. There's very few of them out here. You have men who have big attitudes and egos, but that doesn't mean, just because he has a big ego doesn't mean that he's an alpha. Anybody can have a big ego. Somebody, a damn fool, a total idiot can have a big ego. So, that doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. So we got to put all these things into perspective, ladies. We don't have to be wanted. We're not entitled to tell people to want us. That it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. We wind up, just like I said, being pawns, being the placeholders, and the girlfriend. You're the girlfriend for 10 years. you're the girlfriend with two kids, and you've been with the dude 10 years, and you're still a girlfriend. That's what happens there. That's what happens there. So you be honest. You be honest. And it's better that you be painfully honest with yourself than to sit and ignore things, and then when somebody comes lying to you, you can't tell, or you're scared to face the truth that they are lying to you. People want things. They want to be with you because they can get something from you or get something through you. People want things. This is what a relationship is. So there's nothing wrong with wanting. What we're talking about here is more so the reciprocity deal of it. People want things that they don't intend to give. They don't intend to give because they have no fear. No fear. Let me see what y'all talking about here. Most of them with big egos are actually idiots and have no reason to feel so strongly about themselves. That's the truth. That is the truth. And, we got to get clear about our limitations. The more you accept your limitations, the more self-confident you will be, actually. We're scared and we lack confidence because we're hiding. We're too busy suppressing ourselves. But the more honest you are, it's like whatever. It becomes a whatever. You know? Let me scroll up here. Somebody did a donation. Hi, Sulcus. On Friday, I went on a date with a 43-year-old radiologist. Found out on the date he has a 6-year-old son. Communication has died out since. Why am I always ghosted? That's really vague. There's a whole lot going on in between that. You said you found out he had a 6-year-old son, so that was a point, obviously, for you. Maybe you reacted in a way that didn't seem favorable. Maybe you acted like you were turned off by that, and he decided he didn't want to call you back anymore. I don't know. There's a whole lot of things in between there. I don't know what your conversation was. I don't know. But you were the one that said that you weren't going to see him because of the coronavirus. So what happened with that? Last time I came on the live, you said that you refused to see him because he works with corona patients, or you didn't want to risk getting exposed, so you went out with him anyway? You went out with him anyway? I've been taking counseling and it all boils down to accepting myself, and she's frustrated with me because I can't bite that bullet to accept the flaws. You said your counselor is frustrated because you can't accept your flaws? And why do you think you can't accept your flaws? Why won't you face them? Why won't you face them? Why are you so scared of yourself? Because if you're that afraid, everybody probably sees it anyway. So it's not anything you're concealing. You're doing that busy hamster wheel thing, pretending that you're concealing. But it's probably showing up anyway. He was very touchy on the date. Oh, what you mean? Like he kissed you, or touched your booty? Like, I think your energy is nervous. You have some nervous energy going on with you, and you sound, based on what you're telling me, I don't think you presented yourself in a sophisticated way. Maybe I'm getting the impression a little juvenile-ish, a little bit unsure of yourself. And since you're unsure of yourself, I'm sure the conversation didn't flow that well either. So the rapport thing probably wasn't established either. But you said I have very nervous energy. Yeah, I can tell. Just by what you're saying, I can tell. So that my dear, if you're saying you always get ghosted, we got to look into that nervous energy is probably a big part of that, especially when you say you're attractive. Because I think the last time we spoke, you did say you are an attractive woman. So it is definitely your personality that's really turning them off. That's something you and I might need to do the session, something private, because I can't diagnose you here on live like that. I would need to know the whole back the backstory. I would need to see your face. I need to see your mannerisms, how you talk, whatever nervous tics you have, and all of that. Give you a prescription, a proper prescription. So you think about that, if you like. You say you get along with women well. Well, this is not women unless you're thinking about being with a woman, possibly. Not having boundaries is the same as taking too much, talking too much on dates. Listen, the boundaries thing is, it's a simple, when I think of boundaries, I think of respect, being respectful, and making sure the parameters are set to keep things respectful. And respectful just meaning, what have we established here tonight, ladies? What have you learned about respect? You want to keep it fearful. You want to keep it, I'm not sure what to do. That's all respect is. I'm not sure, so I'm going to be on my best behavior because I don't want to cross the line. I'm not sure what she's comfortable with. I'm not sure if she likes me that much. I'm not sure if I'm making any headway. I'm not sure if she's dating anybody else. Yada yada yada. That's it. That's it. I think a woman with boundaries is sexy. Do you, David? So you like a woman to tell you no. No, David, it's not the time. Control your feelings. Is that what you like, David? You like somebody to say, control your feelings, Mr. Finkles. Calm down, Mr. Finkles. Yes, just be real. Respect, keep it fearful. Y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it here first. Listen, so when y'all hop off this channel and go back to those, I know y'all go to them, how to be feminine sites, them chicks that don't show their face but trying to teach you how to be feminine. I don't know what that's about. They be hiding behind curtains and emojis and avatars and shit, but they supposed to show you how to be feminine. So when you hop off of here and go to there, bring everything together. Just bring the yin and the yang together. I'm not polished like that. I admit it. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in what's the word? It's hard to be interested when you know everybody's full of shit. It's just hard to be interested when you know everybody's full of shit. And it's my job to know when people are full of shit, because that's what makes me a good coach. I got to know when you're lying. I got to know when you're bullshitting so that I can give you the right prescription. Like, oh, you bullshitting me now. Let's get to the meat of this thing. So, there's that part. You run the risk once you start really getting into the black pill of it all, you run the risk of becoming jaded and complacent. You do, and you always gotta reel it back in, because you could teeter off and go, look, whatever, and you don't want to be that way either. So you got to have a game face. When people are bullshitting you can't look like you know. That was my problem. When people would bullshit me, I would be like, word. So I had to develop a poker face. So you have to keep it in. You can't, everybody doesn't need to know what you know. You have to keep it in. I'm talking to UGC now. This is UGC tools right here. You gotta boop, shut your mouth. Don't let them know everything. Yeah, show your poker face. My ex-husband said most people are sitting on the internet dressed in a chicken suit. Your ex-husband is right. Yeah, everybody dressed in penguin suits and stuff. Everybody wants to be somebody. We all, listen, at the end of the day, all we want is to be loved, right? All we want is to be considered, validated, cared for. Human touch, human connection. That is important for your well-being too. We're not meant to be alone. We're not. The problem with society today is that we are so heavily influenced by technology and by what we see that now, in order to be classified as even a beautiful woman, do you see what you have to look like to be classed as a beautiful woman? Women who are considered beautiful now are almost unreal. They don't even look real. They don't even look like real. They don't look human anymore. That's where we headed. That's where we headed. So it's harder now more than ever for people to find relationships because the expectations are so unnatural. They're so unnatural. They're so plastic. They're so cyborgish now more than ever before. So we're having a hard time out here. Just regular looking. You just regular? Like regular? We having it hard. Men find me attractive but don't want a serious relationship. Yes, super. And we would have to get to the bottom of that in a private one-on-one whenever you're ready. Because there's no way for me to fully diagnose you like this. I need to see you and talk to you. We need to delve a lot deeper than what can be done on a YouTube live chat. I need to be totally focused on you. And, you think about it and let me know. You can always email me, info@theuglygirlsclub.com. And we'll talk it over there. We'll see what can be done. Where my admin at? Can you put my email address up? Please, my admin. It's info@theuglygirlsclub.com. That's my email. But I'd like for somebody to put it up. If you can. Social engineering has destroyed this country. Yes, we're in a mess. We are in a mess. How much is one-on-one with Selkis? I would love one as well. Just Be Real, can you put the links up? You can put the links to the website and you can see the life coaching page and all the information is on there. Just go to the uglygirlsclub.com and you'll see it. And then email me too. You're welcome. Let me see. Show us your poker face. I wish I had a poker face. I've always been known to wear my feelings on my sleeve. It takes work for me to not look like I'm turned off. It takes work. It just does. So, to bring things on home for you guys, for UGC, don't be, and I will continue to say this, don't be afraid of people. Don't be afraid. Understand that everybody has their shite. Everyone has their stuff. Everyone has their stuff that they're dealing with and stuff that they don't like. And to assume that they're better than you because they're putting on this air that they are. When people put on an air that they're better than you, I want you to internalize that as an act. I need for y'all to understand that. I want you to internalize all of that as a show. A show. That's all that it is. That's all that it is. We take everything for face value because we're judged by our face, right? But I want you, UGC, to look deeper into everything. I want you to be able to, I want you to get into the habit of looking deeper into everything. Don't judge anything by its cover. Nothing. That means the guy that you're drooling over, you know, the one that you know looks better than you, even him, all of that. The girl that you're jealous of because, you know, she's 5 points higher than you, you know, she got pretty girl problems, her butt is too big, you know, her butt too big for all clothes, and, you know, her man don't want her to go nowhere, you know, because he's scared she gets scooped up by somebody else, you know, pretty girl problem. I want you to start thinking of all that as a show. A show. And then you got to ask yourself, well, do I want tickets to this show? Do I want to be entertained by this? That's the next thing you have to ask yourself. This is how we internalize things so that we can come up out this gutter of I'm not worthy. I'm not worthiness. Understand that it's a show. Anybody who wants to condemn you outright, who wants to put you in your place, whose job you can see them a mile away coming with, I'm going to categorize you and place you here. You immediately turn on your UGC superpowers and go, okay, the show has started. The show has started. And that's how you process it. It's not real. They need for you to think a certain way so that they can think a certain way about themselves. And they're using your feelings as collateral to make them feel good. I need for you to know that. I need for you to know that. I need for you to know that like you know your name. Know it. This is our functioning. This is our process. I heard that there's a shortage of men in some Midwestern states and they're looking for women. Sometimes you might be living in a toxic place. Is that right? Anna says y'all got to go to the Midwest. Y'all got to go to the Midwest and scoop you up something. Wrestle you up a cowboy or something. Sometimes it is, not sometimes, a lot of times. A lot of what we suffer with is very much environmental. You change your environment, you immediately change your perspective on things, your outlook on things. You become hopeful. You renew yourself with a new environment. Yeah, new environments are fantastic. Some of us are in the wrong place. Like I have one of my UGC members says she's moving from. Is it Miami? I think she's leaving Miami and she's moving to Atlanta. She said they like ugly girls in Atlanta. So she's going where she's celebrated and appreciated. So don't be afraid to, you know, make that move. I've been seeing attractive black women talk about being polygamous. Do you think that the future is it selfish and unrealistic to think a man can be with you and only you for the next 30 years? I guess we'll be discussing this, the topic of cheating till the end of time. Um, I think it's smart to be committed to a person and decide, if you choose right, to commit yourself to a person and build a life with that person, and you support each other through your growth and development, and then eventually your old age and all that kind of stuff. It's just smart to do that, because the first half of your life is very youthful and frolicking, and everybody wants you, and your phone is ringing all the time, and you know people generally see you as attractive, and everything is okay. So you don't necessarily have to tie yourself down to one particular person when you are in your youth. But a large chunk of your life is not youthful. There's only a small portion of it where you're in your prime. It's only like maybe a 10-year window, 10, 15 maybe, that you're prime. You're only prime for a real short portion of time, and then the rest of that is, a hit and miss. So I think relationships should be under with the goal in mind of future. Like, okay, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, we're going to be doing this. We'll be together doing that. We'll be raising grandkids, or whatever it is, and my life will have been easier because you're in it, and vice versa. Hopefully, people see it that way. As far as, the cheating aspect goes, I don't think you can put a guarantee on emotions. A man can marry you today. He can't tell you what he's going to feel about you 20 years from the day you were married. A lot happens in 20 years. Your body may change, circumstances change, definitely money, whatever messes up relationships. When the money isn't there, things happen. So for him to say that he could only want you and would only want you forever and ever, I think that part is unrealistic. Now, does that mean that men will automatically be with other women? That's a conscious choice. Feelings is one thing, and acting out your feelings is another. I believe that all men would want more than one if they could, or have an affair if they could. But who acts it out and who doesn't, that takes restraint, tremendous restraint, self-control, and a knowledge of you're evaluating things more than just your loins. And some men have that sort of restraint because they're not ruled by pleasure. They take pleasure in other things outside of sex. You have some men that get off on working. They find working and doing deals just as orgasmic as being in bed with a woman. So it just depends on what his motivations are. It just depends. Some men, a lot of men that are highly sexual, if you know who you're dealing with. You're dealing with a dude that like it 5 times a week. I would honestly say expect something, prepare. You don't have to give him the green light, but I would say, I know eventually I'm not going to be able to keep up this pace, and something's going to happen. And that's what it is. But I believe everybody wants a little something else. Is it worth the risk? Is it worth the pleasure that you might get, because you ain't even guaranteed to get the pleasure that you risk your whole relationship and your life over? Is it worth the risk? I agree. Look at Jay-Z and Beyonce. He almost made Beyonce a single mom with his infidelity. On top of that, Jay-Z's other kids, he has not claimed. Nothing is promised. Yeah, nothing is really promised, you know. But you get married. What they say, it's for better or worse, because it's going to be better or worse. There is going to be a worse. That's what the vow. That's why the vows are like it is, because there's going to be a worse. You're going to go through trials with each other. If you're together long enough, you're going to go through maybe illnesses and stuff. All those things are coming. Eventually, you need medication and hospital bill. You know, you got to wipe his butt. He got to wipe you. It's all kinds of stuff if you're together long enough. So, you know, to be with somebody who's deciding, I'm going to be with you no matter what you do, or no matter what I do to you, that's about the best the vow is. I'm committed to stick this thing out, no matter what mistakes I make or what mistakes you make that affect me. I'm not going anywhere. That's the best you can do. And Lord, if he watches porn, you in trouble. Well, yeah, that's a whole nother animal right there. That's a whole nother animal right there. You know, porn is the worst thing that could ever have happened to just society, civilization, period, because it creates this false sense of, you get this image of what sex is supposed to be, what's supposed to look like, what's supposed to sound like, what you're supposed to do, and it takes the naturalness out of it and makes it a show. It makes you, people who watch porn have sex like they're on a porn you know, a porn video. That's how they have sex too. They can't differentiate the two, and it becomes like a sideshow, like a clown show, instead of a real, you know, I'm touching you because I have desire for you, and I'm kissing you this way because my soul is on fire. It's not. It's none of those things. It's just, you know, I want to do what I saw on TV. It's very bad. It's very bad. You said you're staying single forever. Now, do you really mean that? It sounds good, but, you know, do you really mean that? Nobody should stay single forever. Nobody should. Everybody needs somebody. Porn is cringe all over, and then the men that think the women actually want that life. Yeah, it's the worst. It's horrible. Men who watch porn generally are horrible in bed. And you know, and the irony of it is, they'll tell you that they watch it for educational purposes, but ironically, whatever they're seeing there makes them horrible. It makes them horrible in bed. So you guys that are watching this stuff for educational purposes, listen, the best education you will ever have for making love to a woman is asking the woman what she wants. Hello. That's the only education you need, is to ask the woman you plan to have sex with what she wants. What does she need? How fast, slow, this, that, and the other? What you know, your education is in tapping into her feelings and what she likes or is turned off by and all of that. You don't need to watch porn to be educated about anything. What's bad about staying single forever? There's nothing bad about it if you mean it. I find a lot of women that say that don't mean it. So the bad part about that would be saying something that you don't mean, because then you're scrambling your energies. You're diluting your energies, and you're making it harder for yourself to acquire what you really want. I'm afraid I'll be single forever too. My aunt is 65, never married, no children. I'm scared I'll be there one day. Oh, wow. You got to turn that gene off then. you got to turn that DNA strand off. Do you think a woman can have this type of knowledge in her 20s? Or do the average women have to get chewed up and bit to understand the lesson? I hope it's not too late. You can live vicariously through other people. You don't have to experience every lesson for yourself. Unfortunately, what it is with young women is that they have ego, and it becomes a, well, I'm young and I'm cute. I'm cuter than you, so I don't have to listen to you. So the reason why young women have a hard time absorbing the wisdom is that, they're too much into it's the judgment thing. Listen, all roads lead back to vanity. If you take your vanity out, then you're able to sit with anybody and extract wisdom from anybody. And you want to be able to do that. You don't want your ego so high and so thick that someone's coming with the answers you've been looking for the past 5 years, but because they don't look a certain way, you dismiss it. And that's a lot of our problems as women. A lot of y'all listen to every woman who's a little cute, whose hair is coiffed, and I don't know, she's suited and everything. You listen to them because they look good. And what I'm saying to my UGC women is that we got to go beyond the surface. Beyond the surface. Once you do that, you know how smart you become when you're not just looking at this right here. Do you know how clever and cunning and real sharp, I mean sharp as shit, you become? That's what you need. And for some of us, that's our only defense, is this. You gotta build this up. It's so true. I did a commentary on why Black women don't listen, and that's what I found as well. I was very guilty of that. I didn't listen to my sisters. Yeah, we all have that, I'm 25. You can't relate to me because you old and all that. And it's like, what what does old have to do with it? Listen, every one of you on this live, if you live long enough, you're going to be old. So to use that as, I don't know why anybody would use that as a diss. Because it's not like any of us are not going to be that. That cup is not passing anybody. Anybody. And you block your blessing because somebody got 10, 15, or whatever years on you. It's like, vanity, y'all. It makes us dumb. If you want my honest take on that, this whole chasing beauty makes women stupid. It makes us stupid. It makes us real gullible. And people get a lot from stupid people. So if you are a 4 or 3 or 2 or 1, whatever you're working with, whatever kind of face you're working with, you got a 4-finger nose or whatever it is you're working with, you can't be that and be naive. You can't be that and be so surface for everything else and for everybody else. How God made you, how he designed you, he showed you. Your whole life is a read on don't judge a book by its cover. Your whole fucking life is the read of never judge a book by its cover. Why? Because you're a dynamic woman. You're giving to a fault. You would do anything for a person that shows they care about you. And people still disregarded that. People still disregarded that. Why? Because you were 5 or 4 or 3 or 2. And why did the people disregard that? We like to complicate shit, but why did they disregard that? Because they had no fear. Which means what, UGC? They had no respect, which means they had no fear. Period. Period. So there it is. I wouldn't let anyone spit and slap on me. Hold up, somebody spit and slap on somebody. A guy who likes to spit and slap during intercourse, is that the beginning stages of abuse? Oh, spit on you? Spit on you and slap you? I would say, to be fair, I know some women who like that. I'm just being, real about it. I coach some women who like to be mishandled and treated very rough during sex. Quite a few of them. Like, some of them like to get choked out. And so there's a, put it like this, there's a market for that. Some men don't take social cues well. They kind of like, if it worked for this one, they'll try it on everybody. You have some that are like that. But to me, spitting is sort of like slapping, and getting slapped in the face doesn't turn me on. So something like that, I think before you even hit the bedroom, a discussion about, what y'all are into. You need to have a thorough discussion about what y'all like and what are y'all into before you lay down. You shouldn't be surprised at what a dude is asking for when you lay down with him. You're supposed to pretty much have a blueprint of what he's going to expect you to do. Because you want to talk that stuff out. You want to talk it out. Because there's a lot of freak shows going on out here. There's a lot of freak shows going on out here. I watched the video of the woman who was looking for a new man while her old husband was in the hospital dying. I never saw that. I'm sorry, I know this is off topic, but I'm new. If you did a topic on how older women are intimidated by younger women, I don't think I've ever done a topic exclusively on that. I've mentioned that there are a lot of women who are jealous of, a lot of older women who are jealous of younger women and who will purposefully try to sabotage them. That happens. Happens all of the time. It's not exclusive to older women. Your peers do it too. you have a friend the same age as you, born the same day as you, trying to set you up. So it's not exclusive to even age. You have women who are just out for themselves, and this is why. What do I say, UGC, about friends? UGC, if any of y'all are here, what do I tell y'all about friends? Don't be surprised at nobody. Don't be surprised at nobody having agendas, especially women. what do I always say on this channel? Is that women will set you up first, women will scam you first, and the men just take the rest. Have I not said that before? And I'll continue to say, because it continues to be true. My sister purposely sabotaged my daughter. Yeah. Those things happen. Those things happen. What about your friends? Listen. My UGC girls know. They already know what I said. I've clarified this, and I'll keep stating it over and over again. You have no friends. You can have people that you care about. You can have people that you look out for, maybe people that you feed, give shelter to, money to, but watch their babies, whatever it is friends do. Let them borrow your clothes and all that kind of, borrow your clothes or your man. Some of y'all let your friends borrow your man too. All kinds of stuff going on. All kind of swap. All kind of swap meets going on between friends out here. All these girl trips and stuff, and y'all licking each other ass and all kinds of stuff on these goddamn getaway girl trips. Y'all licking clits and all kinds of stuff going on. There's all kind of friends out here, right? And that's fine. But once you start getting into this entitlement thing and this ownership thing and this it's supposed to be this way thing, and you're supposed to not say talk about me behind my back or tell my business to people, other people, or it's supposed to be just you. I'm supposed to be closer to you than Deborah or Susan because they just came on the scene, and all this ownership shit that y'all go through. Leave that part alone. Expect these girlfriends that you have to possibly gossip about you. This is what women do. So when you're telling her your deepest, darkest secrets, once you secrete it, it's no longer a secret. Okay? Once you secrete something, it's no longer a secret. So understand all of that. Understand all of that. All that, the entitlement stuff that goes along with friendship, extract that and just say, this is someone I like going out with. We have fun when we drink. We have fun when we go on trips or whatever. And, she's nice to be around. She makes me feel good. She does my hair. I like the way she does my lashes and whatever else. Whatever else. And let that be that. Thanks for the donation, Fatima. So we shouldn't have friends around our men, like on vacations or dinners, get-togethers. I would say no. I don't understand that. I'm with my man, and then my friend is along. She a third leg, and when I turn my head, she looking at my man, and when I turn my head, he looking at her, and all kinds of stuff. Many relationships have broken up over girlfriends tagging along. Over it's only us three. Unless she has a man, no. Those things never work. It's always something funny, something fishy going on, especially if your girlfriend's halfway cute, and God forbid she cuter than you. I don't know what y'all trying. You go out with her when y'all go out, and then you go out with your honey, with your man when y'all go out. The two shall never meet. The two don't have to meet unless it's a double date. Unless it's a double date. Even if she with her man, hell no. My only female friend here in Miami is 70. People think she's crazy and we're gay. Oh, wow. I know she wild. Wow. I like that. Yeah, don't do the whole, don't be a third wheel, and don't have no friend that's a third wheel with your man, because He's sitting there the whole time thinking about how he could do the two of y'all at the same time, and he's trying to figure out while you taking the bathroom break or whatever. He asking her questions like, what, so Deborah, why you single? He starts to probe her, like, her personal business and stuff. It don't never be really platonic, especially if you look a little like something. You look like something a little bit. You look fuckable a little bit. You be asking your friends, so why haven't you found anybody yet? And he really asking the question for himself to see how he can get in. Hello. He ain't asking because he's trying to hook you up with nobody else. He asking because he's trying to see, well, if he can get in. I'm not talking about third wheel. I'm talking about couple get-togethers, going on vacations with other couples. I mean, you can, I would say that would be the only way it could kind of sort of work, is if, this couple with that couple, But even then, anybody you spend a lot of time with, you can develop feelings for. That's all I'm saying. So if your girlfriend is at your house every week, three nights a week, and you there with your husband or whatever, all I'm saying is it's not hard for feelings to develop. It's not hard at all. Being ugly with friends these days is rough. You said being ugly with friends these days. Listen, having friends, period, is rough these days. Having friends, period. I went through that. Went 3 of my friends, man. They all asked me, "Oh Lord." Yeah, that's a tricky situation. My friend. I'm like, listen, girl, I'll pencil you in. I got free time next month. After I put the kids to bed. After I put the kids to bed or whatever, I'm on the run right now. But I'll catch you next month. You can pencil it in. Pencil it in when you ain't got nothing to do with your man or your husband, your kids, whatever. Pencil it in then. My man has an active social life but doesn't want me to have male friends because he know men don't want to be a friend. Is he selfish? No, he's smart. He's just being smart. Little self-absorbed, He doesn't want you to have friends because he understands what that is. Now, if he has female friends and he doesn't want you to have male friends, that right there is kind of funky for him to actively pursue female friendships while condemning you to have male friendships. That's not cool. That's a little controlling. That's not cool. But for him not to want you to have any, I think that's quite normal. Actually, a lot of y'all be messing up these relationships with these guys because you don't want to give up these friends. These he's my best friend. These guy friends that are supposedly my best friend. I'm like, listen, somebody got to go. One got to go. You got to listen. Priorities in life change, and if you with somebody that you were planning on spending the rest of your life with, and he's not comfortable with all that, you have to consider that. You have to consider that. You can't go, well, me and my friend is a package deal. What kind of nonsense is that? No friend should be a package deal to the point where you're missing out on setting yourself up for the rest of your life. Because a relationship with someone you want to be with for the rest of your life is the rest of your life. So you have to consider that. I don't believe men and women can solely be friends. I personally don't believe it either. Unless you look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame or something like that. Unless you look like a goddamn hobbit, I don't even see how there could not be any feelings there. Anybody, like I said, anybody that you're spending a lot of time with, you can develop feelings for. Now, that granted, there are some women that swear they can have platonic relationships with certain guys. Um, I just think that he might be, maybe he's just respectful enough not to actively pursue, but to say that you with a dude, your best friends with a guy who's never thought of screwing you, never thought of being intimate with you, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Having male friends is just dudes waiting in line. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. That's pretty much all it is. He just, waiting for your dude to mess up, and then he could swoop in and comfort you. He can offer you comfort and healing, heal what ails you. I'm single, boy. I'm looking for a serious honesty relationship with a woman. All right, y'all. We have Travel Comedy TV is looking for a serious honesty relationship with a woman, not with a man, with a woman. So y'all, he put his hat in the ring. I don't know what you have to offer there. Let's see, travel comedy. Like, what's your stats? How old are you? Do you have kids? What do you do? T said this is not a dating site. Well, now hold on. I believe in getting souls together. I believe in putting souls together. I wish Mr. Wright was on the live now. Y'all know Mr. Wright is my virtual man. Any of y'all get with Mr. Wright, I'm going to be your sister wife. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm going to be your virtual sister wife. You ain't going to never have him all to yourself. I'm just saying. Holla. You said, I'm single, 41. Ooh, okay, 41 is a nice age. 41 is a nice age. Do you have children? Do you have children? And what do you do? Are you a comedian? Is that your handle because you're actually a comedian by profession? You said never, ever. Wait a minute now. Never, ever, you don't want to have children? You don't have kids. Do you want children? Would you take a woman who had kids? Are you open to that? There's a lot of great single mothers out here. I know they're condemned. You do want kids. Okay. So 41, you never had like a oopsie, like no accidents. You are very responsible. Travel comedy, you're a very responsible guy to be 41 with no children in sight. Can you reprogram a man who has been conditioned by porn? Will he ever be normal again? I don't think so. I think he would have to like stay away from it, like an alcoholic always has to be mindful of their environment and not putting themselves in situations and places where they'll be tempted to do that. I think it's like a disease. Porn, watching porn is like a disease, man. I don't think there's any rehab for it. I think it desensitizes you. It changes you physiologically, psychologically. I really feel. Thank you, fire in my belly. Thank you. This site is whatever you want it to be. To be. That's true. Who decided this is not a dating site? Listen, I would love to get people together. I would love to get my sisters matched up with some. You said you travel 45 countries. You travel like a performer? Like you perform? All right. You said you speak 6 languages? Is that right? Okay, there's a lot going on there. You speak 6 languages. Are you African American? Where are you from? You have you support humanity. Are you like not a goddamn Red Cross? You one of them people that go and dig up wells and stuff in third world countries? You know what I'm talking about, like Peace Corps, that kind of thing. You work for the peace. You work for the Peace Corps. You do missionary work. Are you a missionary? A servant of the Lord. You servant of the Lord. I'm just asking. Just asking questions. Selfish Ray loves her men. Yes, I do. I love brothers. I'm in full support of brothers. I support for humanity, democracy. All right, I'm totally lost now. Somebody says you either bi or pan. Oh, I'm not picking up I'm not picking up a sensual energy from you. You don't care for religion. Oh Lord, are you a vegan? You sound like one of these vegans that dig up potatoes and eat coconut water or something like that. You one of them? You eat sweet potatoes and spring water? Huh? I'm just saying, it sounds like you're organic. You said I'm not vegetarian. So you're a meat eater? You eat meat? Omega says, I love the peen myself. Been without it for 5 years. When I get back on, I might never get off again. Well, you've been dry spelling for 5 years. You got to take your time with that now. You can't bust it wide open straight away. You gotta let it. You gotta work yourself back into society. You've been out of society for a while. You gotta work it back in slow. Somebody said, "Ooh, child, the English." Yeah, something's going on there. I don't know what it is. How do you feel about multi-dating? What do you mean, like speed dating? Or just dating several men at the same time? You can do that. My only thing with all of that is it's the body fluids. Because when we talking about dating here, are you I hope, because y'all know how I feel about that. I hope it doesn't involve being intimate with all these guys, because then that's a problem. But if it's just going out and hanging out and getting to know people, several guys at the same time, then that's okay. But if you're swapping spit, it's like this. If you're kissing all of them, Gross. You can't be putting your mouth on 5 dudes at the same time. Gross, gross, gross. So that would be my only objection. I'm not having sex, just free meals. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Have your free meals. Just don't be swallowing everybody's tongue. Ooh, just don't do that. Give them a little handshake. It's nice. Yeah, we don't give away cookies. We don't give away cookies, Captain Crunch, nor the secret Dakota rings out the Cracker Jack box. We don't do none of that. We don't give our garanimals away. We don't do none of that. We keep our Fruit of the Looms in the drawer. Yeah, we do that. That's what we do. A man who goes down on every partner he's been with besides you, is that a problem? Wait. Hold on. Hold on. A man who goes down on every partner he's been with besides you, is that a problem? So your man has had oral sex with every woman that he's been with except you. And why doesn't he want to do it with you if that's his, clearly that's his shtick, that's his thing? Why wouldn't he want to do that with you? That would be my question. If you don't smell like Star-Kissed tuna or some goddamn clams in the can, I don't understand why he would refuse you if that's what he do. That's strange. That's strange. Unless your crotch smell like a swamp, I don't understand why. Unless you got swamp crotch, I don't understand why he would not. That makes no sense. I'd be side-eyeing that. Kissing anyone, especially multiples, look up mono. Travel with a spritz of peroxide water with bay leaves in it, peppermint essential oils if you must. Spritz before kiss, healthy oral heal. See, now you bring in a level of disgust that I don't have the energy to go there with you. I am with you, but I just don't. I'm ready to go to bed, and I can't dance that. I cannot. Ooh, I can't. Ooh, why would you want him is a question. Yeah, somebody who refuses to do something with you that they do with everybody else is like, okay, I would assume he just didn't like me enough. I would assume there's something is turning him off about me. Y'all be doing too much. My Umi say y'all doing too much. Y'all be doing too much. Yo. So yeah, so y'all, I think we ooh, it's late. I know it's late or real early where y'all at, because it's late here. Let me go on and take my behind to sleep. Do these yoni egg sexual healing workshops work? These girls seem to have magical yonis, but they are always in and out of relationships. What's going on? Bria, you answered your own question. You answered your own question. It's all an act. It is all smoke and mirrors. Listen, I've taken yoni classes. The yoni eggs in particular, I have videos talking about using the yoni egg. I have an egg. I have one myself that I occasionally play with, and it has benefits to it, as far as strengthening your pelvic area and giving you the ability to really control and grip. It will do that. It will do that with frequent practice. So there are real physical benefits for using it and practicing with it. But to say that you gonna hold somebody with it, you ain't holding nobody. You ain't. I know chicks that I mean, they've been doing the yoni stuff for years, so much so that they can put 2 and 3 and 4 eggs inside of them and have them walk and make them click, have them spin, oscillate, and spin around and click with each other. No, they do all kind of. Listen, when you are an expert at the yoni egg practice, you can manipulate each part of your vaginal wall. You can isolate the muscles. Like if you wanted just the back to like squeeze, the back part by your cervix to squeeze, you can like squeeze that. If you just wanted the front or the middle part to squeeze, you can do that. That's what the yoni egg practice allows you to do. Like you can isolate the muscles inside of your vagina. By the time you get real good at it, it'll feel like they got some shiatsu, a fucking shiatsu hand, like they got at the goddamn nail shops when they sit you in them chairs where they massage and shit. You should be massage like you got a hand inside your vagina massaging shit. It is magical, but it don't keep nobody. It don't keep it still don't keep nobody at home. So there's that. It's like a magic trick. It's like them chicks at the strip club that could blow bubbles out their cooch and all kinds of stuff. It's like amazing to see. But it don't hold nobody. It don't hold nobody. But I would not say that I don't recommend that you take a class and learn how to tune into your body. That's always beneficial. Like that's always more beneficial than not having control there, because then the experience, the sexual experience becomes more pleasurable for you, because you have more control. So any of you who have had babies, little big waterhead Mexican babies and stuff, and your whole wall's just busted out and everything because you had some big waterhead baby, go ahead and get you a yoni head egg and start practicing so you can learn to control the muscles, because nobody needs to be slack and flabby down there. You don't have to be. You don't have to be. You could be real nice with a little bit of work. Thought yoni eggs were to heal the cellular memory thoughts, not to hold a man. There's a whole. I guess there's a philosophy behind everything. I personally, in my practice with using it, I didn't have no chakras clear, and I didn't break no soul ties, and nothing like that happened. It was just, oh, okay, I can do that. I mean, that was it. You be able to do this and this, and you be able to do some sign language shit with your shit. That's it. Yeah, he's still cheating. All that waving and all the magic tricks you do, they still walk away. They still walk away. So it's stuff to get your money, man. It's a lot of it is just psychological. Only thing that can break a soul tie is the blood of Jesus Christ. Hallelujah. Amen to that. Amen to that. We rebuke Satan in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Amen to that. So, is it beneficial to get some fellatio classes while we at it? You said we can keep him by making cheese and mouth magic. Listen, those are fundamentals. But to say that he's going to stay with you because of that, I cannot say that he's going to stay. Nobody's going to stay with you because of any of that. He'll be happy with you. But will he stay with you? There's no guarantee of that. It is beneficial to learn everything you can learn because you want to know things. You want to know things. So if you need a class on that, I don't even know how you do. How would you take a class on that? What do you have to do? Buy a cucumber, a dildo, or something like that? Like how do they even conduct the classes? Y'all, I think the best way to be a good lover is to listen to what the other person wants. A lot of this shit is just is convoluted, and it's really about just listening to what the other person desires, and if you're willing to give them that, then you give them that. Listen, I've done the classes, and still got ghosted, still got cheated on with all of that. I know how to do all of that. I did all of that. What that mouth do? All of that. That mouth do all kinds of stuff. It don't hold nobody. It don't hold nobody. But it makes makes you a little egotistical. So I guess that part is all right. I guess. Best way to hold someone's heart is when you have God. God is the head in your relationship. Amen. Isn't it weird being 30 plus asking a guy what he likes? Isn't that for young girls? You think it's weird to ask somebody what they like? Oh my. I you know, I think that's the problem. We got so much ego, and we think we know, or we think we're supposed to know. And I think if you approach the situation as this, you know, show me what to do. Tell me what you need. And you come in it with that attitude, as well as being loving and reciprocal, have it reciprocated. It's gonna be a nice situation. I think we make too much out of it. We put so much stock in this being sophisticated. We think the only way to be great in bed is to be sophisticated. No, you just need to be attentive, and you need to do things with meaning, to it, with the energy to it. You don't just kiss them because that's what you're supposed to do. A kiss because you feel obligated to do it, and a kiss because you feel joy are two different experiences. When you're making love, it shouldn't be out of obligation. It should be a manifestation of your joy. And that's what makes you a better lover, because you be willing to do what the other person wants, and in turn they will hopefully reciprocate that. You take your ego out of it. And this is the problem with men. This is why men who watch porn are lousy, because they come with all this ego and I know and I got all this technique. And it's not about that, because then you're bringing it back to a show. If you think you know, then what you're doing is performing instead of connecting with the person. And that's not the kind of lover that's remembered. That's that you don't remember those kinds of lovers who just think they know. Because you could be reverse cowgirl and whatever it is you're doing, and he'll get off. He'll finish up, but it doesn't mean that it felt any different than anything else, or that he wasn't impressed in any sort of way. It was just that you were just performing. That's not the kind of lover you want to be. A performance based, because you're not gonna like I said, most of these guys have had women who were the best they've ever had, and probably the best they'll ever get. So there's a lot of men, chances are, if you with somebody who's half decent, he's already had that. So you coming in with this performance mindset, it's not good. It'll make you lose. It'll make you lose. You kiss them because you feel it in here. You feel it in here. You feel it in your gut. You feel it in your vagina. You kiss from your vagina. You don't be all up in here. Like, oh, okay, now I'm gonna put my tongue in his mouth and I'm gonna twirl it around and I'm gonna bite his lip and I'm gonna, whatever. You don't do it all that consciously in here. You do it from here, down there, even your toes, even your feet. It should come up from the soles of your feet and come all the way up. Black women, get married before you give up that good stuff. Just think about it. Why would I buy a cow and I get the milk for free? Hey, James Perry said it. Don't give your cow udders away for free. Tuck your udders back in. Yes, soul experience. Soul experience. Don't think you have to perform for anybody. Not in that way. You just have to feel. UGC. You have to feel. Don't get all self-conscious. Oh, I don't know and I don't know. Start from here. Heart to heart. Energy to energy. Soul to soul. The little girl in you tapping into the little boy in him, the innocence. You tapping into the innocence of each other before the world made you hard and cold. The pureness of each other. That's what you want. You want his purity. You want to be pure for him and you want his purity back. That's how you do it. So listen, y'all. It's late. Yes, you just have to feel. Start feeling. Start feeling. All right, y'all. So I know y'all need to sleep. Why y'all up? What if you love each other first and then marry and then have sex after you already know they aren't leaving? Sex didn't keep them to begin, right? Never tried it personally, but what if? What if you love each other first, then get married, then have sex after you already know they aren't leaving? Sex didn't keep them to begin with, right? Nothing wrong with that scenario. That's a smarter way to do it. A lot of people don't have the discipline or the inspiration to wait. Everybody wants instant gratification, but UGC, we don't do well with instant gratification. You want to think everything through because it'll save your life. It'll save you a lot of heartache. It'll save you from being a statistic. Instant gratification does not help us at all. Not at all. And instant gratification would be having sex without establishing what the relationship is, or being a girlfriend, pretty much. All of those things qualify as instant gratification. Heart to heart is my favorite position. All right. All right. Elisa said you can't sleep. Y'all need to go to sleep. Go on and get y'all some magnesium. Magnesium will put you to sleep. Not promise anything. Sex is life or death. Yes, yes. So listen, y'all, I hope that I have enlightened y'all this evening. I think this is the latest I've ever done a live. But I hope y'all got some real nuggets to chew on and some stuff to apply to your life. So yes, magnesium. The brand I like is called Calm, CALM. They sell it at Whole Foods. It's like a powder, and just put like a teaspoon in some water and drink it, and it helps relax you so you could go to sleep. So James, you like it? Yay. So if any of you need private instruction, you know that I am a life coach. This is what I do. Aside from the free content that I give here, I can design some specific instructionals for you if you decide to work with me one-on-one. We can get into a lot of nasty shit, quote unquote, but we go deeper, and we tailor it for what it is you're needing to accomplish, what it is you're needing to heal from, what it is that you're needing to realize and actualize in your life. So don't be shy. You can send your emails and ask your questions, and if I feel that I can help you, we can set up a one-on-one. So info@theuglygirlsclub.com. That's what I'm doing this for. I'm doing this to help a small group of us excel in this little bit of time we have on this earth. We don't have a long time. And you want to be happy in this little bit of time that you have. And you deserve it. And I'm going to help every one of us, I help me to help you to help me, so we can all get there. Right? So pass along this video. When you're in your forums and you're on these other video sites, the level up sites and all that, you could post the link in there. If you hear a girl talking something that she may need this more than that, then send it. Send it on. Y'all subscribe. Whoever's on here that hasn't subscribed, please do that. And like up the stream. I talked for 2 hours tonight with no break. Can I get 100 likes maybe to help the channel? Omega says not nuggets, it's jewels. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Listen, yeah, spread the word, man. Let people know. This is a small little channel, but we're growing inch by inch. I'd love to make it to 20,000, by summer. That would be awesome if I could do that. I don't know how I got here, but I hit the like for you and your pretty eyes. Oh, thank you. So you're here for the first time. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. So just don't be shy. Look at all the videos. It's late, so I'm not as hot as I usually am. Hot mouth, but I am a little potty mouth. But I do it all with love. I do it all with love. So yeah, spread the word. I really feel that I'm offering a lot of high value here. A lot of high value here for free, but if you apply it, you're going to feel stronger. You're going to feel more resolute. You're going to feel more confident and less unsure of yourself. It's all an act. Everything. Everything. You can be whatever it is you want to be, and whatever it is you put your energy and your mind to. It took me a long time to realize that, because I was waiting on somebody else to tell me I could or I should or whatever. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait. So like up the stream, y'all. I'm trying to get to 100 before I sign off. Help me. I'm here losing precious beauty sleep to come and feed my flock. So, wow, that's a lot of energy. How many children do you have? Who's that question for? Shoot, that's for you. Americanized to me, she's absolutely gorgeous. Who are we talking to? Who are we talking to? No, we are all ugly, man. This is the Ugly Girls Club. That's right. UGC for life. We not scared. We ain't scared to say it. We ain't scared to say we ugly in here. Ain't nobody afraid of that word. Girls be afraid of that word. Oh, don't say you ugly. Don't say you ugly. Yeah, hit the like button. Y'all slow with it. Oh my God. Come on. I know this, and I know there's some men in here too. One's ugly is another sexy. Yeah, that's what ugly people say. Everybody's beautiful in God's eyes. That's what ugly people say. People that know they pretty, know they pretty, and people that know they ugly, know they ugly. That's it. But we saying we divest. We divest. Because we're fabulous anyway. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to figure out how to like the live. You don't see like a thumbs up on the top of your, I don't know. I guess it would be, you don't see a thumbs button anywhere? Oh, that sucks. All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna let y'all go. It'd be so hard for me to leave. It take me 20 minutes to sign off. Y'all notice that? I be saying I'm getting ready to go. It'd be 30 minutes later and I ain't gone yet. Oh man, I'm sorry you can't find it. Desire is trolling. No, I'm looking for it. Desire, are you old? Leave Desire alone. She can't find it. As a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion. Ooh, that's deep. That is deep. I like that. You'll find it after you sign off. After I sign off, desire. I think you should be able to see it. You should be able to see it. It's okay. I don't really do live stream. Oh, okay, so this is one of your first? Well, welcome. Well, welcome. All right, y'all. So pass along to this video to any woman that's struggling with how she looks, who feels degraded and ashamed for how God has made her. I would like for you to please send this video to her tonight, right now. Put it in her inbox on direct messenger, on Facebook. Put it in all your groups. Do that for me, please, so that we can reach the women who need it, who need the healing. All right. Camp Oh, okay. Well, welcome. I thank you for stopping by. I thank everyone for your donations as well. Feel free to cash at me if you didn't if you weren't able to do anything on the stream. The Cash App link is in the description box. You can drop a couple of likes in there too. That would be great. And I'm gonna go now because I am tired. I might I'm gonna see because I'm writing this book and stuff now too. So if I have a moment tomorrow, or should I say later on today, I might jump on in for like a half hour. I gotta see what all that I need to do. All right, y'all. So I'm out of here. Peace.